Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Rebecca's Third Shift Life. So this video is going to be a little bit different than what I usually do on the channel, but I wanted to do a grocery haul and meal prep video with me and specifically show you guys and talk about how I try to continue to eat healthy and maintain my health, even though I am working a very demanding third shift schedule. Let's be honest, if you work third shift, it is not normal for your body to be awake at night. And one thing that tends to happen to third shift workers is weight gain and a decline in physical health. So I am trying to just do my best to maintain my health as good as I can. Even though I work third shift, if you've been with me for a while on the channel, you know my long-term goal here is to reach financial independence and retire early. So while working third shift is not necessarily the healthiest thing to do for your body, I do have an exit plan. So that is what I'm documenting on this channel, is the exit plan. But I wanted to share with you guys how I meal prep for my week. If you're new, I work third shift, 3 12-hour shifts at night. I'm in healthcare. I do ultrasound for a living. So without further ado, let's get into the grocery haul for this week, and I'll show you my totals I spent, and then we will get into the meal prep portion of the video. All right, here it is. So this is everything that I bought this week at the grocery store. So you'll have to forgive the cat. He is gonna keep coming up here because I don't normally do this type of thing, this type of video. So he is just curious as to what I'm doing. But anyhow, generally speaking, we can see we have got a lot of real food here, and that is what I try to do. I just try to eat real food, you guys. I am not vegan or vegetarian. I just buy real food. Oh, that reminds me, I did buy one more thing that I did not put up there because I put it in the freezer. Speaking of not being vegan, definitely not, but y'all know if you shop at Walmart like I do, you develop an eye for these little clearance stickers. And, you know, this meat was going to go out of date today, so it looked fine to me. I went ahead and bought it and saved $8. And I will put this in the crock pot later, and I'll have a nice, you know, beef roast for some other week whenever I meal prep for work. But yeah, it was a good deal. So I went ahead and scooped it up. That is one way that I save money. As for the rest of these items that I've bought, so when I meal prep for work, I make 2 meals because a 12-hour shift is a long shift, and y'all, I like to eat. I am a creature of habit, so I do pretty much the same thing every week. You guys will see what I'm gonna do with all of this, but not everything here is for the meal prep. These cheese were on sale. I love some good cheese. So yeah, I scooped those up, but I'm not planning to meal prep with them today. I'm gonna use this for a recipe, and this is not really real food, I know, but I have a recipe for baked crab rangoons. And if you buy real crab, 1, it's too much for just me, and 2, it is really expensive. So you know what, I'm not going for perfection here, but that works for the crab rangoon recipe that I like. This we won't talk about. I love these. It's just nostalgia for me. And yeah, try not to judge too harshly with the plastic usage here. I couldn't tell you the last time I bought some freezer bags. I try to not use these if at all possible, and reuse them when I can. But yeah, again, I'm not perfect, you guys. I needed some more freezer bags. But yeah, here is everything that I bought. Again, we're not gonna be using all of it for the meal prep, but my total that I spent for all of these groceries was $83.10. So this was actually a pretty cheap week for me. You know, some weeks I have to buy more, like milk, I have to buy things for the cat and the dog laying on the couch over there. So this was a pretty cheap grocery haul week for me. But yeah, let me show you guys what I plan to do with all of this stuff and do something about him. The receipt. Honestly, this is his favorite cat toy ever, our receipts. I have spent money on cat toys. Nothing compares to a receipt. All right, so hopefully he is gone now. All right, so I mentioned I make 2 meals for my shift at work, but also before I go into work, actually on my commute in, I make myself a coffee. Have to have coffee being a third shifter. I also make myself a smoothie every day for work. I make smoothies actually regardless of whether I am working or not. So the ingredients that I bought for my smoothie making will last me really a couple of weeks. And this week was a week that I needed to restock on all of those. So that's what most of those vegetables that you saw were. The beets, the turnip greens, the cucumber, all of that I use for smoothies, and I will show you how. So first things first, I need a bowl to put them all in and a chopping board and knife. First thing we're gonna do is get this hair out of the way and wash the vegetables, and then choppy. All right, all my vegetables for my smoothies are washed, so I'm ready to chop them up, throw them in the bowl here. Let's do that. And all right, I hope you guys will forgive the lighting and the angles in this video. This is the weirdest thing that I have filmed in a while. I actually have you guys in my kitchen cabinet right now while I'm doing the chopping of all of these vegetables, but it just works. I'm making do the best that I can here. So yeah, about these smoothies though, I just wanted to mention that if there is one single thing that I feel like I have implemented into my diet that helps me just feel good overall and generally speaking pretty healthy. I mean, things are not perfect with me. If you have been with me for a while on the channel, you know I struggle with hypothyroidism. Doing this third shift job just physically drains me regardless. But this is my attempt at trying to maintain my health the best I can. And I have recently gotten back into making these smoothies every day. I have added more vegetables into my smoothies than what I used to make when I would make green smoothies before on the channel. And yeah, that's why I kind of wanted to share this process with y'all, because there's just something to be said for eating real food, you guys. I am not dogmatic about any particular style of eating, whether you're vegan, vegetarian, keto, carnivore, you do whatever works for your body. I am just sharing with you guys what I like to do. And you know, I know a lot of people will hate on Walmart as well. Believe me, I would love to go to farmers markets and shop there. I would love to buy 100% organic everything. But realistically, I can't do that right now. My third shift schedule does not allow it. I work, you know, at night, so I'm asleep during the day when the farmers market is open. So I just make do the best I can with my local Walmart because they are open when I get up at night. Or if I choose to go shopping first thing in the morning, like I did today when I got off work, I went to Walmart before I came home to go to bed and sleep. And that was around 7:15 in the morning. So, you know, the farmer's market is not open at that point, and I don't want to sacrifice sleep to stay awake later just to be able to shop at a farmer's market, shop local, organic. Believe me, I would love to, but I'm just doing the best I can with this third shift schedule. Let me grab a beet to start chopping. So basically, what I'm saying is, I'm just trying to make the best of the situation that I'm in, right? That's all any of us can do. So when it comes to shopping at Walmart, like I do, I don't buy everything organic. I don't have the option to, honestly, at Walmart. I would like to buy my beets, for example, organically, but my local Walmart does not have them organic, so I just buy what they have. Generally speaking, when it comes to buying organic, I will choose organic on anything that is a thinner skinned item. So if it's something like an orange or a banana, those are pretty thick-skinned fruits, and I will just buy the regular version to save a little bit of money, because I mean, I would love to do everything organic and farmers market and, you know, be that person, but the reality is I'm just not, and money is still a factor that I think about daily. I mean, that is what this channel is based around, is personal finance, really. So, you know, money is a factor, but that being said, I do not want to sacrifice health in the name of saving a few dollars. If you are really OG on the channel, then you know I used to be 300 pounds. So nowadays I am 165. I'm 5'9". Now, when I started my channel, I was already a, you know, normal weight for my height, but I have always struggled with weight my entire life, you guys. I was an overweight child. I became a more overweight adult. And 10.5 years ago now, I had a weight loss surgery that helped me lose all of this excess weight. And I say helped because it was. There is no such thing as a free ride, you guys. I know some people kind of look down upon and judge people who have had weight loss surgery, but y'all, for me, it was 100% one of the best choices I've made in life. So it helped me to lose the weight, but it is not a free ride. So I can gain the weight easily just as back if I, you know, don't eat healthy and take care of myself. So again, I just wanted to show my process for what works for me in trying to maintain my health, maintain my weight, and just age well overall. I am 38 now. You know, some days I'm kind of wondering if perimenopause is happening. I feel like it might be, but yeah, I'm just doing the best I can to maintain the health that I have, because the goal is to just age well, right? There is no point for me to reach financial independence and retire early if I am literally just a shadow of the person that I am now. My health has gone so far downhill that I can't even enjoy the early retirement. I can't enjoy the freedom that I've earned. So I'm doing, you know, the best I can with what I have. And yeah, if you choose to make these smoothies yourself, enjoy the pink cans from the beets. But that's just the nature of the beast. Beets are wonderful if you struggle with iron like I do. They are very rich in iron. So I started to include these into my smoothies to help with that. There is just a lot to be said for eating real food that your body recognizes. And as far as eating in general, you know, I eat all things. I am not vegetarian or vegan, like I mentioned. I will eat meat. I actually need to supplement protein in my diet a lot because of the weight loss surgery that I had. I don't absorb all of the calories from the food that I eat. Therefore, y'all know if you've seen my budget reviews, I do have to supplement my diet heavily. So I will buy every type of vitamin that you can think of. I buy it. I buy a multi, I buy vitamin A, E, D, K, C, K1, K2. I buy calcium, I buy zinc, I buy copper. Yeah, guys, I take a lot of supplements, but that is just what I personally have to do to stay healthy. So that is why I am not dogmatic about any type of way that anybody wants to have their diet. You do whatever works best for you. But I, after a lifetime of struggling with my weight, feel like I no longer struggle with it. I am okay maintaining now, and I am always going to be searching for ways to improve my health. And what I mean by that is just improving how I feel. Yes, I do want all of my lab work and things when I see the doctor to be normal and in good ranges and all of that. But honestly, it's about feeling good as you get older, aging well, maintaining your mobility. So I want to do all of these things, right? And I am doing the best that I can despite my physically demanding third shift schedule to maintain my health. So now let me grab some greens to chop up. And I just want to say the tops of the beets that I chopped up, those are also going into my smoothies. Why not? I'm not going to throw them away. They are edible. They are nutritious. Why not throw them in my smoothies too, right? You know, most people just use the actual beet root whenever they use beets to roast them or pickle them, whatever they do with them. They're just using the beet root. But I'm making smoothies out of this stuff, you guys. The chopping doesn't really need to be pretty. The greens are just as nutritious and edible as the root is, so I throw those in the smoothies as well. And lastly, for the smoothies, I am chopping up my turnip greens. I don't always buy turnip greens every week. I just buy whatever greens look the best. So if the bunches of curly kale look good that week and fresh, then I'll buy those. This week, the turnip greens looked good, so I bought those. Last week, I believe I bought mustard greens that looked the best, so I bought those. You know, it's just whatever looks good to me. And, you know, the variety is good for your health. So the last thing I'll say about my own personal diet is that I don't give myself any hard rules. Y'all saw I will buy candy, you know, I will buy food that is processed, but generally speaking, I try to stick to cooking from scratch, eating real food, and avoiding added sugar. I don't completely cut it out of my diet. I am a person who loves some good sourwood honey in my coffee, and yeah, so I mean, I will just eat whatever, but I just want it to, generally speaking, keep it real and yeah, avoid the added sugar. And I also avoid fake sugars because I have just personally noticed that fake sugar is very hard on my guts. My guts don't like it. I think it's killing off my good gut bacteria. And yeah, so I will avoid the fake sugar. And honestly, that includes the stevia as well. So, but that's just me. Y'all do what works for you.
All right, here is my giant bowl of chopped up cucumber, beets, and turnip greens, including the beet tops. So you may be wondering where the fruit comes into this smoothie making process of mine. And here it is. So I did not buy this week at Walmart, but I had it already in my freezer because I knew I was going to do this meal prep this week. Anyhow, this is a big bag of the antioxidant berry blend. So this is about like $8, $9. So a significant expense, but I always buy this blend of the frozen fruit because berries do tend to be a little less on the sugary side of things, and Kat's back to check things out. But yeah, I know that you can buy, you know, the frozen fruit blends for smoothies that have like mangoes, pineapples, banana, all of that in there. Those are higher sugar, so I stick with the berries here. So I just add this to the greens that I chopped up. I will re-bag all of these. I'll reuse this bag, mix it all up, put it back in here, and have, you know, another probably gallon bag, possibly two, that I will then put back into the freezer. So that way all of this stuff is mixed up together. It is frozen. It is ready to go when I'm doing my third shift life and I want to make a smoothie quickly as I'm headed out the door. Again, I'll show you guys my smoothie making process at the end of the video here. But for now, I will just throw this into here and rebag everything. I'll show you guys what we end up with. Here we have it. I was correct. I had 1 gallon bag and the reusable bag worth of vegetables and fruit. So the smoothie prep is over. Again, forgive the use of plastic, but y'all, I reuse where I can. Again, I am not perfect, but I just try to do the best that I can. So smoothie prep is done. Let's move on to the next meal prep item for the week. All right, guys, here it is. Super simple. I found these bento box lunch containers actually at a Marshall's. I will try to link to something similar in the description box down below. If you guys like anything that you see in this video, I will link to the stuff that I use or something similar down in the description box below, so you can look there if you would like to try to meal prep this way. But, and I forget if I mentioned this before, but the good thing that I like about my meal prep process is that there is actually no cooking involved. My smoothies are just chopping up vegetables, basically. This, you see, is the meal prep for one of my meals at night, and the other meal prep is a salad that I'm gonna show you. But this is basically just Swedish knäckebröd, which is Crispbread. So if you're new here, my husband is Swedish, and he actually turned me on to this stuff. And yeah, I'll show you guys what it looks like. And can we just take a moment to appreciate that this is not wrapped in plastic? I mean, I love it. Anyway, everything else that I buy here in America is plastic. Like, I love microgreens because they are so nutritious for you, but I have no way to buy them unless I also want to buy this plastic container that they're in. So there's that. But anyhow, basically, I just throw all of this stuff into the containers. I'll show you guys what that looks like. And this is one meal prep done. This is also a very fast process. I started this video around 10 o'clock, so we'll see what time I actually get done. Of course, talking and doing the video adds time to the process, but really, the fact that I don't have to cook, this whole thing to meal prep for the entire week for my 3rd shift schedule takes me, I would say, less than an hour usually. All right, guys, done. That took me maybe 5 minutes. Basically, all I do is get my knäckebröd when I'm at work. I put a little smear of cream cheese on it, microgreens on top of that, some of the smoked salmon on top of that. It is really good. This is basically just a symbol when I'm at work. All right, so the last thing I'm gonna make is a salad, but you guys, I promise it's not boring. It is super flavorful. I actually look forward to eating this at work, and now I know what people say about salads. You know, they're kind of meh. Honestly, do you ever really crave a salad? Probably not if you're a human like me, but you know, this is actually very yummy. And again, no cooking involved, super simple, and price friendly. I'm using canned tuna. I don't know if you're like me, but I buy these little tuna packets from the store sometimes. It's just good for a quick, convenient snack when you just don't feel like cooking and you want to grab something. But these are like, you know, $1.25 a piece. And my favorite kind is actually a teriyaki flavored kind of tuna pouch. And like most things in America, there is always added sugar to everything, even this one, which is sun-dried tomato and basil. If you look at the nutrition facts, it says there's 2 grams of added sugar in this small little packet. So I thought to myself, if I really enjoy the teriyaki flavor of these, which has even more added sugar in it actually, why not just buy the canned tuna yourself and make your own version of the teriyaki flavor without all the added sugar in it? So that's what I did. And it turns out really good. Not only is it cheaper, there's no added sugar. And again, it's another quick to make, healthy option for a 3rd shifter like me. I do my meal prep on either Saturday or Sunday night. It doesn't take me long. I am literally set to go for the week. I can grab and go the meals that I eat while I'm at work, and my smoothie that I make on the way out the door is really super quick and easy to make because I took the time to prep all of my vegetables and have them ready to go frozen beforehand. So yeah, let's make this salad. Here is everything that I use for the salad that I bought from my grocery haul. I'm not going to use all these green onions, obviously, that's a lot of them, but I will use some. And this is everything that I had on hand already at home that I'm going to use in the salad as well. So for me personally, with my thyroid issues, I do try to avoid soy. So instead of buying soy sauce to make my teriyaki tuna here, I use coconut aminos, and honestly, I prefer the flavor of coconut aminos over soy sauce. It is so yummy, you guys. If you've never tried it, give it a try. It naturally is a little bit sweeter than the just plain soy sauce. It's not super salty. So, excuse me, Rello. Yeah, I prefer the coconut aminos to avoid the soy, and the natural sweetness in there works really well when you're trying to do like a teriyaki style of flavor. Also, I really wanted to showcase these salad bowl containers. I found these on Amazon. Again, I will link to them below. The tab broke off on the lid on this one, but these are super handy to have at work. Everything you need for a salad is in here. And including a little dressing cup, which actually I won't need for the salad I'm making. But what I love about it is that it's separated. So you can put things that will last all week in the bottom. Excuse you, my pets. I'm sorry, y'all. But yeah, you'll see how I separate everything out here and how I can prep all of my salads for work at the beginning of the week, and they're still fresh and yummy by the end of the week. Honestly, you guys, this cat, he knows what's up. He knows I'm meal prepping, and I am a creature of habit. I make the same thing every week. So what he is wanting is the tuna juice out of these cans. So let me just go ahead and start with that. I'm going to open all these cans, drain them, save the tuna, give him the juice. So hopefully he will leave me alone for the rest of this meal prep. All right, so he's clearly happy now. All right, I'm ready with the tuna. I'm just gonna add the green onions to it and my sauce, my spices here that I have, ginger, onion powder, garlic powder, pepper, and just let all of that blend. I am realizing that I forgot to buy a red pepper, so that makes me kind of sad, but oh well, I'll just do without this week. I normally add a red pepper in there too, just for some color, and it's yummy. And again, variety of things, but guys, there is no recipe here. I mean, it's just salad, so you use however much green onion you think you would like. I use a lot because, I mean, tuna is a strong flavor, so is green onion. I'll also grate some fresh ginger into the bowl, and yeah, let's do it. So, by the way, I know that most of you guys here are probably following Rachel Hickey's channel, but if not, I learned a handy trick from her. Fresh ginger will keep longer if you throw it in the freezer. So I am gonna start doing that. I actually did not know that, but I will put this in the freezer so it will last longer, because this is plenty of ginger for me. Anyhow, I will link to Rachel's channel below if you are not following her, because much like me, she also is on a fire journey to try to get to financial independence. And yeah, I find following other people's stories quite motivating. All right, mixy. So into the bowl, the bottom part of the salad set up here, I'm gonna put my organic spring mix and some chopped up baby carrots. I forgot I had these in the fridge, so might as well use them. Voila. So in the top here, I will put my tuna. Like I say, I really don't feel like I need a sauce for this salad to be yummy. So I'm just gonna put tuna in here and this little middle portion, because why not get some extra protein? And these two little side pieces here, I'm gonna put sunflower seeds in one and my drained mandarin oranges in 100% juice in the other section. So that way the whole salad, the parts you wanna stay crispy will stay crispy for the entire week. And yeah, let's just show you what it looks like. All right, here we have it. The bowl, the top, with the tuna and the mandarin oranges, sesame seeds, and yeah, I mean, it's canned tuna, you guys. If you know of a way to make canned tuna look sexy, by all means, share it with us in the comment section down below, but it is canned tuna, so it is what it is. Honestly, it could really use the red pepper in there just to give it some color. That would make it a little prettier, but I forgot it this week, so it is what it is. Anyhow, all 3 salads are ready to go for the work week. I just got to put the tops on and throw them in the fridge. Okay, here we have it. This is why I love meal prepping this way. When I go to work at night, I can literally just grab these out of the fridge and go. I make my smoothie, but this is just grab and go for me at work. And not only is it grab and go for me at work, but the good thing about not really having to cook anything for this meal prep for the week is that me working in the ER like I do, I am free to just eat whenever I get the chance. I don't have to go and heat up anything. That way I am prepared for whatever disaster is coming for me next working in the emergency department. But I am officially done meal prepping. What time is it now? 11:40. So I started filming around 10 o'clock, but filming does take some time to do these types of videos, you guys. So you can easily do all of this, even the smoothie prep and all of that, in an hour or under. So I know that we're all busy people, but if you are a third shift healthcare worker like me and you're trying to take care of yourself as best as you can, I feel like not only are these meal prep options a healthy choice, but they are also financially reasonable. Canned tuna is not the most expensive thing in the world, you know? So yeah, if you are a third shift healthcare worker like me, then I hope that you found this helpful. I am wanting to share this because I want to maintain my health. I feel like these options are a good choice for people who are trying to make the best of things, working third shift like me. And financially, it's not too terribly expensive to throw together this meal prep. Y'all saw the receipt from my shopping trip this week. Yes, I had some things on hand that I did not have to buy this week, but overall, this is pretty reasonable as far as finances go, and trying to eat healthy, to do what I can to live the best life I can, maintain the health that I have, even though I have to work third shift. So with all that said, the meal prep is over, but let me show you how I make the smoothies that we prepped. All right, to start with, to my Ninja smoothie cup, I do not have that Vitamix money, y'all, but the Ninja gets the job done, okay? To my smoothie cup, I add a whole banana. I will say up front that these smoothies do not have any added sugar to them. A lot of the sweetness from my smoothie comes from the whole banana. But, you know, if you're trying to watch your sugar a little more closely than I am, then just use half a banana or whatever you feel like. But a whole banana and some nuts. To the nuts for the fiber and omega-3s, I add homemade kefir. What is inside the kefir, you may ask? It is this stuff that I also buy at Walmart. Again, the omega-3s for the chia seed, hemp, flax, fiber, all of this is good, healthy things. And how do you make homemade kefir? Let me actually show you really quick, because this is the simplest thing to make, I promise you. I am tired, I am a third shift worker, but I can still find the time to make my own homemade kefir. And the fermented bacteria that go into your guts, you guys, I just have to say, there is something to be said for adding fermented foods to your diet. I used to be so gluten intolerant that I really had to eat gluten-free. Since I have started making my own homemade kefir and homemade kombucha, I can now eat bread again within reason and not have all of the gastric upset that I used to have. But anyway, let me show you how to make this really quickly. So, all you need to make kefir are kefir grains. And honestly, you guys, I bought some organic kefir grains off of Amazon. Again, I will make a long list of everything that I am talking about in this video down in the description box below if y'all want to give this a try. But making kefir is the simplest thing ever. Whenever I want to start a new batch, I get my big jar out. The kefir grains are in here. They've been in the fridge, stored in some milk to keep them alive. And I just dump this into the larger jar. And to the larger jar, I add whole milk. You can buy organic if you want, by all means, be my guest. But I fill it up to about there. And at this point, you just wait. That is literally as easy as it is to make kefir. I set it over here next to my kombucha that I have fermenting. I just cover it with some cloth and a rubber band to keep the dust and things out. And you wait until it's done. How do you know when it's done? You will start to see separation a little bit. And I won't go into detail because I know this video is going to be super long already. But if you guys want to look up how to make kefir and all the science behind it, all the health benefits, there's plenty of videos on YouTube for that. But I tell you, it is worth the time. When this is ready, all I have to do is get another jar like this one, strain out the kefir grains. I put the kefir grains back in a smaller jar with some milk in the fridge until I'm ready to use them again. It's so fast and simple. And like I say, I have noticed the biggest personal difference in myself as far as food tolerance and happy gut bacteria, less bloating once I started adding fermented things into my diet. So yeah, let's get back to the smoothie. So I have added the kefir to my smoothie cup, and the other portion of my smoothie that does add some sweetness is my vanilla whey protein powder that I add into it. So no sugar added to my smoothie recipe, but the whey protein obviously ups the protein level for someone like me who needs extra protein. And if you're curious what type of protein that I prefer, I buy in bulk, again from Amazon, the 5-pound bag of J-Rob brand vanilla whey protein isolate. I buy it for these reasons here. Easy to mix, hormone-free, suitable for lactose intolerance, although I am fine to eat lactose, but nothing artificial. There's no artificial sweeteners in here, no gluten, no soy. Again, thyroid issues. And honestly, you guys, I have tried a lot of whey protein throughout the years that I've had my weight loss surgery. The flavor is really good on this one. So it's expensive. I'll say this is like $120 to buy 5 pounds at a time, but totally worth it for somebody like me who needs extra protein. So yeah, I will link to this in the description box below as well. Let's keep going with our smoothie. I'm gonna add in some fresh spinach now. Okay, nice fistful of fresh spinach in there. In the very top of the jar, I will put some of the vegetable and fruit mix that we chopped up earlier. This is actually from a previous week that I had frozen and ready to go, but it's essentially the same thing. I'll put this in the top, and I do add a little bit of water to it just for consistency's sake. This pitcher is a pitcher that will filter out fluoride. So if you're like me and you have thyroid issues, I try to keep the extra fluoride from my tap water out of my diet. The water tastes really great out of this thing, and it's pretty reasonably priced for a filter that will actually take out fluoride. So again, I will link to this below if you happen to be interested in that. But we will add these things and blend them up, and I will show you the final result of the smoothie. You would think with the amount of green things in here, or colorless things really, that this would end up being a green smoothie, but I will show you. This honestly ends up being the prettiest shade of pink that you could ask for in a smoothie. All right. It's pretty, right? I mean, this is just a lovely shade of pink. Looks like any other regular smoothie, but really, there's a whole lot of vegetables in here. Y'all saw how I meal prepped this thing. And this is a large cup, but hey, this is essentially my breakfast when I am on my way to work, and then I have my 2 meals while I'm at work that I can eat when I get the chance. Sometimes working in the ER like I do, it is a crazy night when I walk in the door, and this at least gives me something that I can have in me for some nutrition whenever I get to work and I have to hit the ground running. So yeah,
The smoothie, honestly, is the most nutritiously packed thing that I probably have in my diet. The single thing that has the most nutrition in it that I try to have every day are those smoothies. So I hope that you'll give them a try. I hope that you found this video helpful. Honestly, if you have kids and they are finicky, I bet you could probably get them to try this smoothie and see if they like it. You would be surprised how much just the one banana and the half a scoop of protein powder in there sweetens it up. It tastes like any other fruit smoothie to me. So, yeah. I know this video is going to be super long by the time I've gotten to the end here, so if you've made it all the way through, I really do appreciate you watching all the way through. I hope that you have found this video useful for yourself, or at least maybe it sparked some ideas for you if you're also a third shift worker and struggling with the idea of meal prepping every week. This is not only a cheap way to meal prep, it is also fast, it is healthy. So yeah, I do this just about every week, and it actually requires zero cooking, so anybody can do this. But yeah, I will leave it there. If you've made it all the way to the end of this video, I appreciate you guys watching as always, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye, y'all.